can't finish all this and sleep at the same time.
You have to sleep. It's what keeps you pretty.
Who cares if I'm pretty if I fail my finals?
Okay, hello. I'm starting this video 1.5 hours into the challenge because obviously, as you can tell, I decided that we're gonna be doing another 24-hour reading challenge video because it's a long weekend. I don't have school tomorrow. Let's talk about the TBR for this challenge. See, the audiobook that I'm listening to is We Are Okay by Nina LaCour. I've never read a book by Nina LaCour before, even though I've heard her name all the time. And this audiobook is really short. It's only 6 hours and I listened to it on 2x speed. So it would only take me 3 hours and I'm already 40% of the way through because I was listening to it at the gym. My laundry's going right now, so I was listening to it while I was doing my laundry. Me reading when I really should be studying for my midterm this week. This is like kind of psychotic of me, but basically like in high school when I'll be like doing work or having to study, I wouldn't listen to music. What I would do is listen to the same audiobook, basically listen to the audiobook version of like a book that I've read like 10 million times before. Like it's kind of like putting on a show that you've watched a billion times like in the background when you're doing something. Like so I thought maybe if I had to do any mindless work or to motivate myself, I could put on an audiobook. I don't know, we'll see if I get any actual studying done today. And the book that I want to read physically is this book right here. It's called You Again by Kate Goldbeck. I already started reading this. I think I read like the first couple chapters. There's literally nothing at all. I think this is like an adult contemporary romance-y book, but look at the cover. It's literally so fall vibe. Like that's kind of what I wanted this video to be like, because it's like just this week started to feel like very fall, like 10 degrees out. If I end up finishing this book, then I'll pick another fall book to read. Like I got so many fall books, dark academia vibes. Like it's just like getting me really into the fall spirit, even though I live in the city. There's like no trees. Actually, that's a lie. There are some trees and it does actually feel like fall like on my campus and it makes me so happy. Like I love the fall time so much. I get so nostalgic over the fall time. Like I don't know why. Even We Are Okay, it also just gives me like fall vibes because it's a lot of like remembering things and, you know, kind of gets me into like that, like I don't know what it is, like a pensive nostalgic. Also, it is like taking everything within me to not watch the new season of Love is Blind. Actually, I'm probably gonna watch it, read this while I'm watching Love is Blind because I just cannot compromise not watching the new season. I have some schoolwork that I need to do this weekend. Maybe I'll do that while I'm listening to the rest of We Are Okay. Okay, I didn't know what this book was about when I went into it. I just like have always heard amazing things about it. I'm honestly really enjoying it. I kind of just want to finish it because I have 3 hours and 22 minutes left and I listened to it on double speed. So it's only going to be an hour and a bit, which is perfect time because I need to finish an assignment. Okay, let me talk about We Are Okay really quick while I finish this goddamn assignment. But it's based about a girl named Marin and Marin, sorry. And she's basically running away from her past life after a big falling out with her friend. And she's basically having to confront her past and everything. It's about grief, loss, heartbreak, all that kind of stuff. Also, I have the biggest cravings for these ringolos, like the barbecue ringolos. I literally ate the whole bag. I'm so dumb. I literally would have finished this book by now because we're on hour. It's literally been 3.5 hours. I have like 30 minutes left of this book. I literally got distracted doing absolutely nothing. I don't really know. I think I've just like would rather do anything except for this assignment right now. Also, I forgot about my laundry, so I just put it into the dryer. Let's finish this.
Face the room for a while, waiting for it to be 10 in San Francisco. As soon as it's 1 here, I press call.
Hour 4 and I finally finished We Are Okay by Nina LaCour. That took way longer than it should have and it's literally my fault. I think like her writing style is very like understated. Like it's not flowery or anything like that. I feel like it portrayed like the vibe of the book, but it's not a happy book. I didn't cry even though I heard a lot of people do cry. I think it's because I didn't care that much about like the character because like our main character Marin, like she was just like a shell of a person, but I think like that was the point because I feel like this is a good book of like portraying the feeling of like something happens, so disastrous happens in your life that like literally destroys your entire world and it shakes you so much that like you literally can't even remember your name. Now it is 1:50 and I really want to watch the rest of Love is Blind, but I can't listen to a book and watch Love is Blind at the same time, but I can try to read a book and watch Love is Blind at the same time, so I think I'm gonna do that. Let's watch Love is Blind. I'm so excited. This season, you think that it can't get any more dramatic than the season before and you are proven wrong every single time. Why is it so good? It is so bad but so good. So if you think that it's impossible to read a book and also watch a hit Netflix reality TV show at the same time, then you would be right. It wasn't the most effective, but you know what? A girl's gotta do what you gotta do because I'm not gonna not watch Love is Blind. So You Again is about Josh and Ari and they meet like 7 years ago because they find out that they're both sleeping with the same woman and they end up hating each other. They have all these encounters until they actually become friends. And then, of course, it's giving like friends to... Sorry for that zoom in on Love is Blind. I was trying to see what part that was. But yeah, it's basically like almost like an enemies to friends to lovers kind of situation. Very interesting. enough to update you about this book because realizing this is actually such like a fun book premise. Like our main characters, Josh and Ari, they keep like re-meeting each other like years and years later. Like they had their first meeting and then the chapter ends and it says 3 years later, re-meet each other again very briefly, and then the scene ends and then it's 2 years later and then they meet at like this party and then that one ended and then now it's again 3 years later. So Josh is a chef and it reminds me that I need to rewatch Young and Hungry, which if you don't know Young and Hungry, it's like a show, it's a sitcom starring the one and only Emily Osment, aka Hannah Montana's best friend Lola, and she is like the personal chef to, I think his name is Josh actually. I love that show so it's low-key a show that I gatekeep. I'll only say it for you guys. I literally rewatch it every single year. It's like such a comfort show to me, which reminds me that I need to rewatch it now because it's back to school season. I kind of am imagining those characters, but it's like role reversal. I'm gonna keep reading. I don't know, am I gonna be able to finish this? This is from when I lost my page and I was trying to find my page again because I'm the clumsiest person alive. Big Time Rush is on Netflix. So of course I put on more Love is Blind, but also if you guys were Logan Gorleys, literally we're best friends. Literally for real the clumsiest person alive, but this is actually the next day because I ended up getting dinner with my friend afterwards and I just didn't read anything after that, so I just paused the timer, then I restarted the timer in the morning. Look at me cracking this egg with one hand. I just wanted that on camera. So by this point I've really internalized the fact that audiobooks is the way to go and I mass downloaded all these books and I'm kind of stressed out because now I have a 14 window period to read all of them. Also that tea was not normal tea. So I finally decided to read If My Phone Will Focus, I'm Glad My Mom Died, which is Jeanette McCurdy's memoir. Jeanette McCurdy of iCarly, yes.
The creator always compares us iCarly kids to the kids on his other hit show, Victorious. I think he thinks it'll make us try harder.
Once again, I impulsively chopped my hair. Oh, we're almost encroaching the 12th hour, which is halfway through this challenge. Out to dinner with my friend and then I didn't read anything after that. So then I just woke up and I restarted the timer. And I was trying to decide what audiobook to read. I like mass downloaded a lot that I thought would be good for like the fall spooky season vibes. So there was like some Stephen King on there, some thrillers and stuff on there. I ended up starting to read I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy, which this is a memoir that's like crazy and it was like everywhere, like on social media. And it's only 6 hours long. I know why it's 6 hours long. It's because Jeanette McCurdy, she's the one who narrates it and she speaks so fast. Let me tell you, this memoir is the craziest memoir I've ever read in my life. The way that she just name drops everyone. I'm like, is she gonna get sued? I'm 67% of the way through. I literally just started listening to it at the gym and I haven't been able to stop. So I've been listening to it while I've been impulsively cutting my hair. I realized though, like, this challenge is gonna end at like 1 a.m. tonight. Like, I need to stay up until 1 a.m. I have school tomorrow. But it's okay. The plan today is, it's Thanksgiving today. By the way, I'm stranded in this city. Study for my midterm. I need to finish an assignment and film this video. That's all I have to do today. And cutting my hair. I don't know why I just had the impulsive urge to like keep cutting my hair because the weather is changing. Like it's finally getting to like fall weather, like nice cold weather, and I just want new hair. I don't know. I think I was just really stressed out about the week that was coming up, and when you get stressed, don't fret, cut fringe. Fall time is for fringe. Okay, everyone go cut fringe. I'm just kidding, don't do that. I just checked back and now I'm 86% of the way through. Damn. I'm gonna eat lunch now. I'll probably keep listening to this and hopefully finish it. Less than an hour left, so it'll take me like 30 minutes. So I went to go make lunch and I swear to God, I know my reaction looks like a caricature reaction, but I was seriously so shocked at something that I heard in this memoir. It was shocking. So then it was the 13th hour and I decided to spend the rest of this audiobook just dissociating, staring out the window, listening to Jeanette. Guys, I just finished the second book of this challenge. It was I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy. 13 and a half hours. Yo, this industry is so... I was texting my friend, this is what she said. No, for real though. I rated it 4 stars because it was a very entertaining memoir and obviously the things that happen are like so shocking. I was more of a Victorious girl than an iCarly girl, but still like you hear all this stuff about what happens on those shows and then to hear her talk about it and like name drop everyone and say everything. I was like, oh my god. I wish that the memoir had been a little more like, I don't know, like introspective or like reflective. Like I think that it was on a surface level, but I feel like a lot of it was just saying the things that happened, which was like enough of a shock factor on its own. Also, this book made me become like a new like fan of Miranda Cosgrove. It's time to pick my next audiobook. Low-key, I haven't read more of You Again. I do really want to finish it. That'll have to be after I finish or do at least a little bit of studying for my midterm. And there's also this memoir which I've seen and I've been wanting to read. It's called The Happiest Man on Earth by Eddie Jaku. Because this man looks so kind. Look at him. Oh my gosh. My prof just created the midterm update. I still haven't studied. I haven't started. 14 hours and 21 minutes in now. I've been procrastinating by journaling and I think I'm gonna go on a walk after this. So truly, this is just a montage of like the things that I did to procrastinate having to study for my midterm. Also, I stubbed my toe there. That's a bit embarrassing. Of course, OOTD for my walk. It was such frigid fall weather. It was so nice. I literally just walked to a Miniso near me to buy nothing. But I just didn't want to study. But I came back, grabbed my sketchbook, and decided, oh, now's a great idea to sketch. And then this is me tearing up because this memoir is about a Holocaust survivor and like I'm always gonna cry about that. He literally like fled multiple countries multiple times. He was in Auschwitz, the biggest concentration camp. He was part of the Death March. All of this stuff happened. It's crazy. But Eddie on the cover of that book really reminded me of this one video that I saw that made me cry, so I decided it was a great idea to go search that video up and watch it again. Basically, this old grandpa who got a speeding ticket because he was driving his 65-year-old son who has cancer to get blood work done, and then the judge is like, you're a good man, and it was really, really emotional and I cried. And this is me trying to peel a kiwi, which I can't do because I'm the youngest daughter of an immigrant family. 17 hour, 19 minutes in, I finished. Is this my third book? Third book of this challenge? The Happiest Man on Earth. It was very, very good. Did you know this man wrote this book when he was 100 years old? Actually, for that reason, it makes sense to me, like why this book is like so, because it's like so short and sweet. It's telling like what happened and like his thought processes. Like it's not as much about like rumination. And I actually really like that. I don't think I've read a memoir like that before. It's a very short and sweet book. Like if you have 3 hours to spare and your brain works a mile a minute like mine does, you can listen to it on double speed, then I highly recommend. I actually searched it up. My battery's about to go. I actually searched it up, but he passed away in 2021. Rest in peace, Eddie Jaku. I've been procrastinating. I need to actually study now. 8 p.m. I don't know how many hours it's been. We're encroaching hour 19 and I haven't picked a book. I have it on my laptop. Pick what book to read. I haven't picked because I'm procrastinating so much because once I start reading the book, that means I need to start studying and I don't want to do it. But I fear it's what needs to be done. I don't want to study. Okay, I think I'm gonna try reading Elevation by Stephen King. This is gonna be my first time ever reading Stephen King because I'm intimidated by how big the books are. I feel like this one is not like one of his normal novels, like scary novels. I think that it's like a novella. There's like some social commentary stuff in it, I think. My goal here is just to get a taste for like Stephen King's writing style because I want to know what all the hype is. Like, why is this man so like renowned? Everyone wants to write like Stephen King. Like I feel like Elevation is probably not like the first official Stephen King book I've read because it is a novella and it's also not horror, but it's basically, it takes place in a small town called Castle Rock. I think that's like a pretty famous town in like the Stephen King cinematic universe. But you follow Scott, who is like losing weight every single day. Like the scale says he's losing weight, but he's losing no mass and he's like confused. And then his neighbors are two women who are married and then the town is like prejudiced against them, and then those two things are like somehow connected through a metaphor that I searched up. It's currently 9:30, 40% through, but I just want to stop studying. We're on the 20th hour. There's 2 hours left of this. Hey guys, update, it's 11 p.m. and we're on the 22nd hour. This has literally just been one whole video of me procrastinating on having to study for my midterm. I think I finished the book, even though it says that it's 76%. The last little part is just an extra bonus story and I have 1 hour left. I don't know what I'm gonna do in the 1 hour. Oh, maybe I should read more of that book. Look, I feel like I read this like for a little bit and then I didn't say anything about it, but I got this far into it. I don't have that many strong feelings about it. It just jumps a lot in time, so it wasn't giving me like very fall vibes, even though the cover does not look like this would exist in Stars Hollow. That's why I stopped reading that. Also, audiobooks are so much more convenient to read. But I have 55 minutes left. Definitely can't can't finish another audiobook. I also don't want to study anymore. I've just been looking at this blank page for so long because I don't want to do it. It's also 12 past 12. I kind of want to put on another audiobook and fool around on my phone for like the last hour. This is like the lazy man's 24-hour reading challenge. I think I want to read Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Feeney because I have been wanting to try reading an Alice Feeney book. So it's basically a married couple. They win a vacation, like a weekend, to Scotland. The husband has had face blindness his whole life. I just know that something sus is going to be happening with the wife. Although I don't really know because I heard that the plot twists are so good. Like people never guess what it is. And it says every anniversary the wife writes him a letter but she never lets him read it. That is so sus. It's like a domestic thriller. I'm excited. I'm gonna read it. Oh, they have English. They have English accents. Because I opened my app right at the right time. Because look. Yes! It's 24 hours. It's 1 a.m. now. I think this is like the longest you guys have probably ever seen me stay up for the 24-hour reading challenge because you guys know that I don't compromise my sleep. I don't know why I did it this time. I did start Rock, Paper, Scissors, but definitely didn't get very far at all. I think just got like 4%. This couple just like has marital issues right now and they're like in the middle of nowhere. But you know what? I'll support a man-eater regardless of the circumstances. I support women's wrong. That's gonna be the end of this video. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe down below if you haven't already. Follow me on my socials. They're all linked in the description. I'll see you all in the next one. Good fortune, Toby.